Hello everyone, this is an advanced English fluency masterclass, where we'll go deep into how native speakers think, speak, and choose their words naturally. In daily life conversations, we'll explore how to sound more fluent, how to understand fast English in real situations, and how to use new vocabulary in your own sentences without hesitation. You'll listen, repeat, and practice together with me so that you can train your brain to think directly in English. By the end of this video, you'll feel more confident, more expressive, and ready to speak English like an advanced learner in any conversation. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future lessons designed to help you master English fluency. Now, take a deep breath, relax, and get ready to improve your English listening, speaking, and vocabulary with me. Let's get started. Hello again, my dear English learner. I'm so glad you're here today, ready to practice and grow with me. Learning English at an advanced level is not only about memorizing difficult words or complex grammar rules. It's about feeling the rhythm of the language, hearing how words connect, and using them naturally when you speak. In this lesson, we'll train your listening and speaking together, slowly and clearly, and I'll help you build your vocabulary in a way that stays with you for life. Let's begin by thinking about one simple idea: communication. When we speak English, we are not just translating words from our native language. We are expressing thoughts, emotions, and images in a new form. The key to fluency is to listen deeply first. Try to notice the melody in English sentences, how the tone rises and falls, how some words are stressed and others are soft. This musical rhythm is what makes you sound fluent and confident. Now, repeat after me slowly. I want to sound natural in English. I want to understand real conversations easily. I am becoming more confident every day. Say these lines aloud. Feel the calm power in your voice. Each time you repeat such sentences, your brain builds stronger pathways between what you hear and what you speak. Listening is the foundation of good speaking. To listen well, don't just focus on the words, focus on meaning and feeling. For example, imagine someone says, "I can't believe it's raining again." You can hear frustration in the tone, not only understand the vocabulary. This emotional awareness helps you connect with real English faster than grammar books ever can. Let's practice listening through imagination. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine you are walking through a busy street. You hear people talking. "Hey, how's it going?" "Not bad, just heading to work." "Cool, see you later." These short exchanges are full of natural rhythm. Try repeating them after me softly, matching the flow. "Hey, how's it going?" "Not bad, just heading to work." "Cool, see you later." You are already practicing natural spoken English. When you learn advanced English, focus on patterns. English has a heartbeat, a pattern of words we use repeatedly in daily life. For example, phrases like, "I was just about to," "you know what I mean?" or "it turns out that," appear often in native conversations. These expressions help your speech sound smooth and connected. So, when you hear a new phrase, repeat it aloud. Then make your own sentence with it immediately. Let's do it together. The phrase is, "It turns out that." Repeat after me. "It turns out that." Good. Now complete it. It turns out that learning English can be fun. Say it again naturally. It turns out that learning English can be fun. Perfect. You've just created a fluent English sentence pattern. The best way to expand your vocabulary is not by memorizing word lists, but by hearing them in real use. Let's take a word like approach. You can use it as a noun or a verb. As a verb, I approached the teacher after class. As a noun, that's an interesting approach to learning. Listen, repeat, and then try to use it in your own example. Maybe say, I like your approach to improving English. Excellent. You are building depth in your vocabulary. Another beautiful advanced word is perspective. It means the way you see or understand something. Try saying, learning English has changed my perspective on communication. When you use such words naturally, you begin to sound thoughtful and mature in English conversations. Let's have a short reflection moment. When was the last time you really listened, not only with your ears, but with your full attention? Listening is not just hearing words, it's feeling intention. So, as we continue, I want you to listen to my tone, to the pauses, to the space between sentences. Try to mimic it later. That's how you internalize real fluency. Now, let's build a little daily life practice scene. Imagine you're at a cafe, ordering coffee. I'll play both roles. Listen first, then repeat. Hi, can I get a medium latte, please? Sure, would you like it hot or iced? Hot, please. Anything else? No, that's all. Thank you. Now say it with me slowly. Hi, can I get a medium latte, please? Sure, would you like it hot or iced? Hot, please. Anything else? No, that's all. Thank you. Excellent. These short interactions are the secret to mastering spoken rhythm. In advanced English, fluency also means being flexible, able to adapt your speech to different situations. For example, when you speak to a friend, you may say, "Hey, what's up?" But in a professional setting, you might say, "Good morning, how are you today?" The meaning is similar, but the tone and formality are different. Practice switching tones intentionally. It trains your awareness. Let's try this contrast practice. Repeat after me. Informal. Hey, want to grab lunch later? Formal. Would you like to have lunch together later? Feel the difference. Both are correct, but one is casual and one is polite. Mastering both makes your English complete. When you listen to native speakers, don't try to catch every single word. Focus on chunks, small groups of words that carry meaning together. For instance, in the sentence, I don't really feel like going out tonight. The chunk feel like going out carries one idea. It means to want to go out. Understanding such chunks helps you think in English, not translate. Let's practice chunking now. Repeat these after me. Take a break. Make a decision. Keep in mind. Pay attention. Excellent. These combinations are the heartbeat of English fluency. Now, I want you to visualize your English journey. You started by learning words, then sentences, and now you are shaping your thoughts directly in English. That's progress. Every time you repeat and listen, you are retraining your mind to communicate freely. Before moving further, let's review what you've absorbed so far through gentle shadowing. Repeat softly after me. I am improving my English every day. I listen carefully and speak confidently. I learn from every conversation. My vocabulary is growing naturally. I enjoy speaking English fluently. Breathe slowly as you say these lines. Let them sink in. You are becoming fluent, step by step. Great job so far. You're listening carefully, repeating naturally, and connecting emotionally with the rhythm of English. That's the real secret of fluency. It's not about speed, it's about flow. When you speak too fast without rhythm, your words lose clarity. When you slow down and connect your ideas smoothly, your speech becomes beautiful, confident, and fluent. Now let's go deeper into listening and vocabulary together. Listening is not just an English skill. It's a life skill. It teaches you patience, attention, and understanding. When you truly listen, you learn how people express feelings, opinions, and thoughts differently. For example, if someone says, "I guess it's okay," the words seem positive, but the tone may sound unsure. Notice how the meaning changes with emotion. Try repeating it with different emotions. Say it softly, then happily, then disappointedly. I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. See how the sound changes? That's real English fluency. Let's take another example from daily life. Imagine you're in a meeting or classroom and someone says, "That's an interesting point." Depending on the tone, it can mean many things. Maybe they really agree, or maybe they're politely disagreeing. In advanced English, understanding tone and context is as important as understanding vocabulary. So while you practice listening, focus on how things are said, not only what is said. Now let's build your vocabulary naturally through real sentences. Here's a word, essential. It means something very important or necessary. Repeat after me. Practice is essential for fluency. Listening is essential for improvement. Confidence is essential for success. Perfect. Now use the word essential in your own sentence about English learning. Maybe something like, "Patience is essential when learning a new language." Another beautiful advanced word is consistency. It means doing something regularly over time. You can say, "Consistency makes progress possible." I study English with consistency every day. When you use such words regularly, they become part of your active vocabulary. Let's do a short fluency exercise. I'll speak a few sentences slowly, and you'll repeat them after me. Focus on clear pronunciation and emotion. Ready? I'm not just learning English. I'm transforming how I express myself. Every word I say brings me closer to fluency. My listening is sharper, my vocabulary is expanding, and my confidence is growing. Excellent. Feel the energy behind each line. That's how language becomes alive within you. Let's talk about one of the most common challenges learners face, thinking in their native language while speaking English. This is very natural, but it slows you down. The secret is to train your brain to think directly in English. How? By surrounding yourself with simple English thoughts every day. When you see something, name it in English. When you plan your day, think in English sentences like, "I need to finish my work," or "I'll have coffee first." This mental switch makes a huge difference over time. Now let's do a thinking exercise. I'll describe a short moment, and you'll visualize and describe it in English, okay? Imagine you wake up in the morning and see sunlight coming through the window. What do you think? Say it aloud in English. Maybe, "It's a beautiful morning," or "I feel fresh and ready for the day." Excellent. That's how you practice daily fluency, by speaking to yourself naturally. Another key to advanced English is collocations, words that often go together. For example, we say make a mistake, not do a mistake. We say take a shower, not make a shower. Learning these natural combinations helps your speech sound authentic. Let's practice some together. Repeat after me slowly. Make progress. Take a break. Do homework. Have breakfast. Pay attention. Get better. Beautiful. These are the small building blocks that make your English sound real. Let's use them in sentences now. I'm making great progress in English. I need to take a break after studying for an hour. I always do my homework before dinner. I have breakfast at 8 a.m. every day. I pay attention when people speak. I'm getting better and better at English. Perfect. Practice these sentences until they sound effortless. Now let's shift to pronunciation awareness. At the advanced level, you must listen not only to the meaning of words, but also to their shape and sound. English is full of connected speech. That's when words blend together. For example, I'm going to eat often sounds like I'm gonna eat. What do you want? Sounds like what do you want? Don't worry, you don't need to speak like that right away, but you must understand it. Listening to natural speed helps your ears adapt. Let's try repeating these with rhythm. I'm gonna go now. What do you think about it? Did you see that movie? Let me tell you something. Excellent. These are real sounds you'll hear in movies and daily life. As your listening improves, your confidence will rise, because you'll start recognizing these natural patterns instantly. Vocabulary is not just about meaning, it's about feeling. Let's explore a few advanced emotional words. Grateful, meaning thankful. Resilient, meaning strong and able to recover after difficulties. Curious, meaning eager to learn or discover something. Try saying them aloud. I feel grateful for every opportunity to learn. I am resilient even when learning feels difficult. I stay curious about everything in English. Wonderful. These words express mindset, and mindset creates mastery. Now let's do a short speaking reflection exercise. I'll ask a question, and you answer aloud in English with your own thoughts. Don't worry about perfection, just express your idea smoothly. Ready? Question 1. What motivates you to learn English every day? Question 2. How do you feel when you understand a native speaker clearly for the first time? Question 3. What's one English goal you want to achieve this month? Take a few seconds to answer each one. Great. This reflection keeps you emotionally connected to your journey. Remember, advanced English. Fluency is not about showing off complicated words. It's about using the right words naturally in the right situation. For example, instead of saying, I'm very hungry, you can say, I'm starving. Instead of, I'm very tired, say, I'm exhausted. Instead of, it's very cold, say, it's freezing. These alternatives make your speech vivid and natural. Let's practice this transformation exercise. I'll say a simple phrase, and you'll replace it with an advanced one. Ready? Very big, huge, very small, tiny. Very happy, thrilled, very angry, furious, very good, excellent, very bad, terrible, excellent job. When you replace very plus adjective with stronger words, you instantly sound more advanced. Let's make a few sentences together. I was thrilled to meet my favorite teacher. The exam was terrible, but I did my best. The restaurant was tiny but cozy. The movie was excellent. I loved it. Perfect. This practice trains your brain to recall stronger words automatically when speaking. Let's slow down and relax for a moment. Breathe in and breathe out. Every time you study English like this, you're not just improving your language, you're strengthening your focus, memory, and emotional control. That's why language learning is powerful. Now let's do a daily listening imitation practice. Imagine you're listening to a podcast or a real conversation. Try shadowing what I say. That means repeating right after me, following my tone and rhythm. Ready? English is more than a language. It's a way to connect with the world. Every sound you hear is shaping your future fluency. Every sentence you repeat brings you closer to mastery. Keep listening, keep speaking, keep believing. Excellent. That's how shadowing improves both your listening and pronunciation together. Before moving further, let's review a few advanced phrases you can start using today. To be honest, as far as I know, from my perspective, it goes without saying. In the long run. At the end of the day, repeat them slowly and naturally. These are powerful connectors that help your speech flow smoothly from one idea to another. Now let's use them in natural sentences. To be honest, I didn't expect the test to be so easy. As far as I know, she's already finished her project. From my perspective, learning languages is a lifelong journey. It goes without saying that practice makes progress. In the long run, all your effort will be worth it. At the end of the day, communication is what really matters. Fantastic! You're mastering the language of fluent thinkers. You're doing great so far. Every sentence you repeat, every phrase you listen to, brings you one step closer to real fluency. Remember, English is not something you learn once and finish. It's something you live with, something you grow into, every single day. So, let's go even deeper into how you can understand natural English conversations and respond like an advanced speaker, with confidence and grace. Think for a moment about the last English movie or series you watched. Did you notice how fast the actors spoke? Did you catch how they used contractions, pauses, and expressions that aren't found in textbooks? This is the kind of English we're training for. The secret is not to translate what you hear, but to feel it first. When you listen, your brain starts forming patterns unconsciously, and these patterns help you respond faster, without needing to think in your native language. Let's start with a simple listening exercise. I'll say a few everyday sentences, and you'll just listen carefully first. Hey, sorry I'm late, traffic was crazy. No worries, I just got here too. That's a relief. How's your day going so far? Pretty good, just a bit tired. Now repeat them one by one. Hey, sorry I'm late, traffic was crazy. No worries, I just got here too. That's a relief. How's your day going so far? Pretty good, just a bit tired. Beautiful. You're not only practicing words, you're practicing rhythm, tone, and emotion. Now let's build your advanced listening awareness. In real English, people often drop sounds when speaking fast. For example, want to becomes wanna, going to becomes gonna, and did you becomes didja. Understanding these helps your ears become stronger. Let's repeat a few together. Wanna grab something to eat? I'm gonna call you later. Did you finish your homework? Let me know what you think. Great. You see, these aren't wrong. They're natural spoken English patterns. When you can recognize them, you'll feel more comfortable in real conversations. Let's talk about fluency through storytelling, one of the most powerful ways to internalize language. When you listen to or tell stories in English, your brain connects emotion with memory. Let me share a short story with you, and we'll practice afterward. Yesterday, I met a friend I hadn't seen in years. We used to study English together back in school, and now she's living abroad. When we sat down for coffee, I noticed how fluent she'd become. She spoke effortlessly. Her sentences flowed naturally, and her expressions were vivid. I asked her, "How did you become so fluent?" She smiled and said, "I stopped being afraid of mistakes. I just started speaking every single day." Now reflect on that story for a moment. The message is simple but powerful. Fluency doesn't come from fear. It comes from use. Every mistake is a stepping stone toward confidence. So, when you speak, don't pause to judge yourself. Just express. Just flow. That's what advanced speakers do. Let's do a reflection practice. I'll ask you to repeat these affirmations softly. I am not afraid of making mistakes. Every time I speak, I get better. I learn from every word I hear. My English is improving naturally. I speak clearly and confidently. Perfect. Keep that energy. Now, let's focus on vocabulary building through context. The best way to remember new words is to use them inside real-life stories or sentences. For example, let's take the word spontaneous. It means doing something suddenly without planning. You can say, "We made a spontaneous decision to go to the beach." Another word is comprehensive, meaning complete or detailed. This course gives a comprehensive understanding of English grammar. Try to repeat both words and make your own example sentences aloud. Let's add two more. Adaptable, able to adjust easily, and meticulous, very careful and precise. Repeat after me. I am adaptable when learning new languages. She is meticulous when preparing her lessons. Excellent. The more you connect words to emotions and actions, the stronger your memory becomes. Now, let's go through a short interactive daily life scenario for listening and response practice. Imagine you're traveling for work. You've just arrived at a hotel, and you need to check in. Listen carefully, and then repeat after me. Receptionist. Good evening. Welcome to the Sunrise Hotel. Do you have a reservation? You. Yes, under the name Natasha Williams. Receptionist. Perfect. May I see your ID, please? You. Of course, here you go. Receptionist. Thank you. You're staying for 3 nights, correct? You. That's right. Receptionist. Great, your room is ready. Here's your key card. The elevator is to your left. You. Thank you so much. Now say it again, slowly and naturally, matching the tone. This type of practice helps you simulate real conversations, so when you face them in real life, you'll already be comfortable and fluent. Advanced fluency also means being able to paraphrase, saying the same idea in different words. This helps you sound flexible and natural. For example, if someone doesn't understand you, you can rephrase without hesitation. Let's practice together. Instead of saying I don't understand, you can say, I'm not quite sure what you mean. Instead of I agree with you, say, I completely see your point. Instead of I don't know, say, I'm not certain, but I can find out. Excellent. You see, this shows confidence and politeness, both important in advanced communication. Let's now work on intonation, the rise and fall of your voice that gives English its melody. Say this line with emotion. I can't believe it. Now say it like you're surprised, then happy, then frustrated. The words are the same, but your tone changes everything. Practicing emotion with language helps you sound more like a native speaker, because real English lives in tone and feeling. Let's practice a short emotional dialogue now. You got the job? Yes, I did. That's amazing. Congratulations. Thank you. I'm so excited. Now repeat it naturally. Feel the joy in your voice. In daily English, one of the hardest things is understanding connected speech during fast conversations. That's when words blend and sounds disappear. But don't worry. This comes with exposure and repetition. Try listening to native speakers for a few minutes daily. Even short podcasts or YouTube videos help your ears adapt. Then, shadow the sentences. Repeat them right after hearing, just like we practiced. Here's a listening shadowing line for you. I didn't have time to call you back yesterday. Sorry. Hear how it flows together. I didn't have time to call you back yesterday. Sorry. Now repeat that flow, not fast, just smooth. Excellent. Let's take a short break for mindset reflection. Sometimes you might feel stuck or frustrated, especially when you forget a word or mispronounce something. But remember this. Every fluent speaker you admire once felt exactly like you. The difference is that they didn't stop. They kept going, repeating, adjusting, smiling, and continuing. Fluency is not perfection. It's persistence with patience. Now let's strengthen your response speed. How fast you reply in English. This skill improves when you practice short everyday responses. Let's do a quick exercise. I'll say something, and you immediately say the natural response aloud. Hey, how's it going? Pretty good, thanks. You? Did you watch the game last night? Yeah, it was great. Sorry I'm late. No problem, don't worry about it. Let's grab some coffee later. Sure, sounds great. Excellent. These short answers help you sound relaxed and ready in real conversations. Let's now introduce some advanced expressions often used by fluent speakers. At this point in time, meaning right now or currently. To the best of my knowledge, meaning as far as I know. Keep me posted, meaning update me later. I couldn't agree more, meaning I totally agree. Let's call it a day, meaning let's stop for now. Repeat these slowly, then make your own sentences. At this point in time, I'm focusing on my English skills. To the best of my knowledge, the meeting starts at noon. Keep me posted about your progress. I couldn't agree more with that idea. Let's call it a day. Excellent work. Now let's relax into a short visualization exercise. Imagine yourself speaking English confidently in a real situation, maybe at an airport, in a classroom, or at a cafe abroad. You smile, you listen carefully, you respond smoothly, you understand every word, and your voice flows naturally. Feel that confidence inside you. This isn't imagination, it's preparation for reality. The more you visualize success, the faster your mind makes it true. Let's continue with a gentle repetition flow. Repeat after me softly. My English is improving every single day. I listen carefully and speak confidently. I can understand natural English conversations. I express my ideas clearly and naturally. I'm growing into an advanced English speaker, step by step. Beautiful. Take a deep breath, and let that confidence stay with you. You're doing so well. You've been listening, repeating, and thinking in English continuously. And this is exactly how real fluency is built. It's not about studying for hours without feeling. It's about being present in each word you say, each sound you hear. So, let's keep moving forward together and continue building your listening, speaking, and vocabulary confidence. At the advanced level, one of the most powerful things you can do as an English learner is to observe how native speakers connect ideas. Listen carefully to conversations, movies, or podcasts, and notice how they link sentences naturally. They rarely speak in isolated phrases. Instead, they use connectors like actually, basically, kind of, sort of, by the way, and anyway. To create a flow, these words help them sound relaxed, friendly, and real. Let's practice a few. Repeat after me slowly. Actually, I think that's a good idea. I've been thinking about learning Spanish too. It's kind of interesting how languages connect. By the way, have you finished your project? Anyway, let's get back to work. Perfect. These connecting words will make your English speech sound smooth and natural. Let's do a fluency rhythm exercise with daily phrases you can use anywhere. Listen carefully first, then repeat after me. How have you been? Long time no see. That sounds amazing. You've got to be kidding me. I couldn't believe my eyes. That's so typical of him. Don't take it personally. I see your point. That's fair enough. Excellent. Notice the emotion behind each one. English isn't just words, it's energy and tone. Now, let's work on active listening, one of the most advanced skills that separates a good English speaker from a fluent communicator. Active listening means you don't just hear, you respond with awareness. For example, if someone says, "I had a tough day," you could reply, "Oh, really? What happened?" Or, "That sounds exhausting. Are you okay?" You're not just answering, you're showing empathy. That's emotional intelligence in English communication. Let's practice with short scenarios. I'll say something, and then I'll give you a natural response to repeat. I'm really nervous about my interview tomorrow. I'm sure you'll do great. You've prepared so well. I didn't sleep much last night. Oh no. I hope you can rest later. I'm thinking about moving abroad. That's exciting. Do you know where you'd like to go? Beautiful. These small interactions show care, connection, and confidence, and that's what advanced speakers do. Let's take a moment to talk about pronunciation clarity. Many learners think they need a native accent to sound fluent, but that's not true. Fluency means being understood easily, not sounding like someone else. So, focus on clarity and rhythm, not perfection. Practice slowing down and stressing key words in your sentences. For example, I really love learning English. Emphasize really and love. Or, I completely understand what you mean. Emphasize completely and understand. Repeat these sentences now. Feel the balance and rhythm. Now, let's dive into vocabulary expansion through synonyms and expressions. This helps you sound advanced and flexible. For instance, instead of saying, I'm happy, you can say, I'm delighted, or I'm over the moon. Instead of, I'm sad, try, I'm feeling down, or I'm heartbroken. Instead of, I'm busy, say, I'm swamped, or I'm snowed under. Let's make a few sentences together. I'm over the moon about my new job. I'm feeling down today, but tomorrow will be better. I've been swamped with work lately. Excellent. Now, let's connect your vocabulary practice with daily life situations. Imagine you're at a workplace or a study group. Here's a quick listening and speaking exercise. Could you please clarify what you meant by that? That's a great question. Let me explain. I completely agree with your point. I see where you're coming from, but I have a different perspective. That's an interesting approach. I hadn't thought of it that way. Beautiful. These phrases make your speech professional and fluent. Let's now talk about word stress, one of the hidden secrets of natural English sound. In English, some words are pronounced with extra emphasis on one part. For example, photograph, photographer, and photographic. The stress moves, and that changes the sound. Try saying them slowly after me. Photograph, photographer, photographic. Great. Paying attention to stress helps you pronounce long words clearly and confidently. Let's now bring in some practice sentences using advanced vocabulary with emotion and rhythm. Repeat after me slowly, feeling the meaning behind each word. I genuinely appreciate your help. She handled the situation gracefully. It's crucial to stay consistent with your practice. He remained optimistic despite the challenges. Their collaboration was truly remarkable. Excellent. Feel how each sentence carries both elegance and sincerity. That's how advanced English feels. Graceful, thoughtful, and expressive. Now let's do another short shadowing practice. I'll say a few sentences, and you'll repeat immediately after me, matching the rhythm. Ready? Learning English is not about perfection. It's about connection. Fluency grows when you speak without fear. Listening deeply helps you understand real meaning. Every small effort brings you closer to mastery. Beautiful. Each time you shadow like this, your brain and tongue start moving in sync with English patterns. It's one of the most effective ways to train yourself to speak fluently. Let's slow down and talk about confidence in speaking. Confidence doesn't mean never feeling nervous. It means speaking, even when you are nervous. Every time you speak English, even if it's not perfect, you're building courage, and courage turns into fluency over time. Let's repeat together. I don't need to be perfect to communicate. I just need to be clear and confident. I can express myself in English freely. I'm improving every time I speak. Wonderful. Now let's bring your focus to listening comprehension. Advanced learners listen not only for information, but for intonation and implied meaning. For example, if someone says, "Yeah, sure," in a flat tone, it might mean they're not really interested. But if they say, "Yeah, sure," with excitement, it's genuine agreement. Try listening to the mood, not just the words. Let's simulate a real conversation you might hear in daily life and analyze it together. Hey, do you want to go out for dinner tonight? I'm not sure. I've got a lot of work to finish. No worries. Maybe another time then. Notice the tone, polite, gentle, and flexible. English communication often uses soft, indirect expressions to stay polite. Let's practice polite alternatives now. Instead of, "You're wrong," say, "I'm not sure I agree with that." Instead of, "Give me that," say, "Could you pass that to me, please?" Instead of, "Wait," say, "Just a moment, please." This is the language of respect and elegance, something that defines advanced English fluency. Now we'll work on descriptive vocabulary. That helps you paint pictures when you speak. For instance, instead of saying, "The city was nice," say the city was vibrant and full of energy. Instead of she's kind, say she's genuinely kind-hearted and thoughtful. Instead of it's a big problem, say it's a significant challenge that requires attention. These small upgrades make your English richer and more impressive. Let's describe a scene together for practice. Imagine walking through a busy market on a warm evening. You can hear people chatting, smell fresh bread, and see colorful lights everywhere. Try describing it aloud in English, using your own words. Maybe say, the market was alive with sound and color. The air smelled of spices and laughter. Excellent. That's real fluency, using language to create images in the listener's mind. Now, let's focus on one of the most beautiful qualities of fluent English, the flow of thought. Fluency is not about big words. It's about how smoothly ideas move from one to another. Use linking phrases like, first of all. On the other hand, in addition, for example. However, finally, to sum up. These help your ideas glide effortlessly. Let's make a small speech using them together. First of all, learning English opens many doors around the world. In addition, it helps you connect with new cultures and people. On the other hand, it can be challenging when you lose motivation. However, if you stay patient and consistent, you'll see amazing results. Finally, remember that every small effort counts. To sum up, English learning is not a race. It's a journey. Excellent. You're not only practicing vocabulary, you're practicing the logic of communication. Let's continue with a short reflection and repeat after me exercise. I'm proud of my progress. I enjoy learning English more every day. I can understand fast English conversations. I can express complex ideas clearly. My vocabulary and confidence are growing together. Wonderful. Take a moment to smile. You deserve it. You're doing amazing. Every word you listen to and repeat strengthens your connection with English. You're not just learning a language anymore. You're mastering the art of expressing yourself clearly, calmly, and confidently. Let's go deeper into listening comprehension, emotional fluency, and vocabulary power, all through real-life examples and guided practice. Let's start by reminding ourselves why listening is such a powerful part of fluency. When you listen carefully, your brain begins to mirror what you hear. It absorbs rhythm, pronunciation, and tone naturally. That's how babies learn languages. They listen first and speak later. So even when you're quiet, you're training your English mind. That's why I often say, listening is silent speaking. Now let's practice active listening through imagination. Picture yourself sitting in a cafe, listening to two friends talking nearby in English. One says, I've been so busy lately, I can't catch a break. The other replies, yeah, I know the feeling. Work's been nonstop for me too. Notice the tone, relaxed, natural, full of empathy. Try repeating both lines after me. I've been so busy lately, I can't catch a break. Yeah, I know the feeling. Work's been non-stop for me too. Excellent. You're not just repeating, you're training your ear to hear and feel natural rhythm. Let's do another example. One person says, I finally finished that project I've been working on. The other replies, that's great. You must feel relieved. The key word here is relieved, meaning happy or relaxed because stress is gone. Repeat after me. I feel relieved after finishing my work. Now make your own example aloud. Maybe I felt relieved when I passed my exam. Or, I'll feel relieved when this busy week ends. Beautiful. Now, let's explore some advanced vocabulary you can use in daily situations. These words are simple but powerful when used naturally. The first word is significant, meaning important or meaningful. Learning English has made a significant impact on my confidence. The next word is inevitable, meaning something that is bound to happen. Mistakes are inevitable when learning something new. The next word is enhance, meaning to improve or make something better. Listening practice will enhance your pronunciation. Now repeat these 3 sentences with me slowly, with emotion. Learning English has made a significant impact on my confidence. Mistakes are inevitable when learning something new. Listening practice will enhance your pronunciation. Perfect. Let's practice speaking naturally with rhythm now. I'll say a few expressions you can use in everyday advanced conversations, and you'll repeat them right after me. That's a valid point. I hadn't considered that before. From what I can tell, you're absolutely right. That's an interesting perspective. I completely understand where you're coming from. Excellent. These expressions make your English sound thoughtful and mature. Now let's move to pronunciation awareness again, because clear speech is what helps you connect with people deeply. Many learners struggle with sounds like the or are, so let's slow down and practice them together. Repeat after me. Think, thought, through, thank you, this, that, these, those. Perfect. Now practice R sounds. Right. Really? Remember. Correct. Great. Excellent. Take your time. Clarity comes with repetition. Let's go into a short shadowing exercise. That's when you repeat immediately after me, almost overlapping my speech. This will help you train fluency and listening together. Ready? Every time I listen carefully, I learn something new. I can understand more than I did before. My English is improving, naturally, day by day. I don't have to rush. I just have to keep going. Every small effort matters. Wonderful. Feel the flow and rhythm. This is how fluent speech feels when it becomes part of you. Now, let's talk about emotional fluency, the ability to express how you feel with the right words. It's one of the signs of advanced English. Let's practice some emotional vocabulary through small examples. Grateful, feeling thankful. I'm grateful for every opportunity to learn English. Anxious, feeling nervous or worried. I feel anxious before giving a presentation. Proud, feeling happy about what you've achieved. I'm proud of how far I've come with my English. Frustrated, feeling upset because something is difficult. Sometimes I feel frustrated when I forget words, but I keep going. Inspired, feeling motivated. I feel inspired when I understand a full English conversation. Now, say them all together with me, slowly. I'm grateful for my progress. I feel anxious sometimes, but I keep learning. I'm proud of myself. I may feel frustrated, but I never give up. I'm inspired every day. Perfect. You are mastering emotional expression, something even many native speakers struggle to do gracefully. Let's do a realistic listening and speaking role play now. Imagine you're having a friendly chat with a colleague after work. Listen carefully and repeat after each line. Hey, how was your day? Pretty good, just a bit hectic. How about yours? Same here. I had so many meetings, I lost track of time. I know the feeling. Fridays are always the busiest. Tell me about it. At least tomorrow's the weekend. True, I'm planning to just relax and do nothing. Now repeat the whole exchange again with natural rhythm, like a real conversation. Excellent. That's fluency in action, calm, connected, and confident. Let's expand your advanced vocabulary further with some descriptive and expressive words. Remarkable, meaning amazing or impressive. Her improvement in English is truly remarkable. Gradual, meaning slow but steady. Fluency is a gradual process, not an overnight success. Proficient, meaning skilled or capable. He's becoming proficient in both speaking and writing. Repeat them now. Remarkable, gradual, proficient. Now use them in your own sentences. Maybe, my progress has been gradual but steady. Or, your accent is remarkable. Great job. Let's build your spontaneous speaking skill. The ability to speak without planning too much. This happens when you stop trying to be perfect and just start describing what's in your mind. So let's practice right now. Look around you and describe something in English aloud. It could be your room, your desk, your window view. Say a few sentences about it naturally. For example, I'm sitting near my desk. The light from the window feels warm. I can hear some noise outside, but it's peaceful inside. Perfect. That's how you learn to think directly in English without translating. Let's now focus on idioms, because advanced English is full of them. Idioms make speech colorful and expressive. I'll teach you a few that are commonly used, and we'll practice them in context. Break the ice, to start a friendly conversation. I tried to break the ice by asking about her weekend. Piece of cake, something very easy. This lesson was a piece of cake. Under the weather, feeling unwell. I'm a bit under the weather today. Hit the books, to start studying seriously. I need to hit the books for my exam tomorrow. Once in a blue moon, very rarely. I only eat junk food once in a blue moon. Now repeat each one naturally, and then make your own short sentence after each. Excellent. Idioms make your English lively and closer to how native speakers actually talk. Let's now focus on pronunciation rhythm once more. Repeat after me slowly, listening to where I pause and stress words. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Fluency grows when you speak without fear. Every sentence you say builds confidence. You are already improving with every moment you listen. Beautiful. That's the sound of natural, connected English speech. Let's bring in a listening comprehension exercise to test your focus. Listen to this short passage in your mind as I read it, and then I'll ask a question for you to answer aloud. Yesterday, I went to the bookstore to buy a novel. While browsing, I met an old friend who recommended a great book about communication. We talked for half an hour before I finally bought 2 books instead of 1. Now answer aloud. Why did the person buy 2 books? Yes, because a friend recommended one more. Excellent. These small listening reflections sharpen your focus and memory. Now let's do one another confidence exercise. I'll say affirmations slowly, and you repeat after me with belief and emotion. I'm confident when I speak English. I listen carefully and understand more every day. My vocabulary is growing naturally. I am proud of my effort and my progress. I speak clearly, calmly, and fluently. Perfect. That's how we build not just English, but mindset. The mindset of growth, focus, and courage. Take a deep breath now. You've already achieved a lot today. You're not just studying English, you're living it. You're training your mind, your ears, and your voice to move in harmony. And the more you repeat these practices daily, the more natural your English will become. You're doing a wonderful job so far. I can already imagine how your listening and speaking are becoming smoother with every sentence you practice. Remember, the goal is not to speak fast. The goal is to speak clearly, confidently, and naturally. Fluency is a rhythm, not a race. Every word you repeat and every pause you take builds your control over English. So, let's continue training that calm, confident fluency together. Let's begin with a short listening imagination exercise. Picture yourself walking into a friendly conversation among native speakers. You hear someone say, "Hey, it's been ages. How have you been?" Another voice replies, "Oh, same old routine, just work and coffee." They laugh, and someone adds, "We should catch up properly sometime." Now, repeat that entire scene in your mind and say the lines out loud naturally. "Hey, it's been ages. How have you been?" "Oh, same old routine, just work and coffee. We should catch up properly sometime." Perfect. That's how everyday English really sounds, relaxed, rhythmic, and real. Let's take that energy and move into vocabulary practice through contextual learning, meaning you don't just learn a word. You understand how it feels and where it belongs in conversation. Our first word is articulate. It means able to express ideas clearly and effectively. Say it with me. Articulate. You can say, "She's a very articulate speaker," or "I want to become more articulate in English." Now make your own example. Great. Next word, perseverance. It means continued effort despite difficulties. Repeat after me. Perseverance always leads to progress. Beautiful. That word describes your journey perfectly. You're showing perseverance right now by staying consistent with your English practice. Next word, immersive. It means deeply engaging, something that pulls you in completely. For example, listening to English podcasts is an immersive experience. Repeat that with me. Listening to English podcasts is an immersive experience. Excellent. Now let's use these 3 words together in short sentences. I want to be more articulate when I speak English. Perseverance helps me improve every day. Listening practice makes my learning immersive. Fantastic! Your vocabulary is growing naturally through real context. Let's now do an intonation and rhythm training. I'll say a few sentences, and you'll repeat after me while matching the emotional tone. Ready? That's unbelievable. Surprised tone? That's unbelievable. Disappointed tone? That's unbelievable. Excited tone? Beautiful. Notice how the same words can sound completely different depending on the emotion you use. That's what advanced English really is. Controlling emotion through sound. Now, let's move into real-life practice scenes to help you handle any kind of conversation easily. Imagine you're in a job interview. The interviewer asks, "Can you tell me about a time you faced a challenge and how you handled it?" Take a few seconds to think, then answer like this. "Sure. When I first started learning English, I struggled to understand fast speakers. Instead of giving up, I practiced listening every day. Over time, I noticed huge improvement. That experience taught me patience and consistency." Excellent. That's a professional and fluent response. Calm, clear, and confident. Now, imagine you're at a social gathering, meeting new people. Someone says, "So, what do you do?" You could answer, "I'm working in marketing, but I'm also improving my English skills." Or, I'm a student, and I love learning new languages. Then they say, "That's cool. How long have you been learning English?" You reply, "For a few years now, but I've been practicing more seriously lately." Perfect. These are real patterns you can use every day. Let's practice listening to speed variation now, because English doesn't always sound slow or steady. Sometimes it speeds up, sometimes it slows down, like music. Repeat these lines while following my rhythm. I've been studying English for quite some time now, but I still find new words every day. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's challenging, but I always enjoy learning. Fluency isn't about perfection, it's about communication. Great. Feel how the pauses and stress points make your speech sound balanced and expressive. Now let's move into phrase expansion, one of the most useful techniques for building advanced speaking ability. It means taking a simple sentence and expanding it with more detail or emotion. For example, instead of saying, "I'm tired," you can say, "I'm feeling a bit tired after a long day at work." Instead of, "I like it," say, "I really like it," because it makes me feel calm and focused. This shows depth in your communication. Let's try a few together. Simple, I'm learning English. Expanded, I'm learning English to communicate confidently with people from around the world. Simple, it's raining outside. Expanded, it's raining outside, and the sound makes the evening feel peaceful. Simple, I'm busy. Expanded, I'm quite busy today, but I'll find time to relax later. Wonderful. When you speak this way, your English sounds natural and fluent because you're not memorizing, you're expressing. Now, let's work on advanced connecting phrases you can use to sound polished and professional in both conversations and writing. Repeat after me. Having said that, on the contrary, in other words, as a matter of fact, to be completely honest, great. Now use them in context. I enjoy studying alone. Having said that, I also like group discussions. Some people find grammar boring. On the contrary, I find it interesting. He didn't pass the exam. In other words, he'll have to retake it. It might seem difficult, but as a matter of fact, it's quite simple. To be completely honest, I still get nervous when I speak English. Perfect. These phrases add natural smoothness and logic to your communication. Let's do a listening comprehension reflection. Listen carefully to this short paragraph. Last weekend, I decided to go hiking with a few friends. The weather was perfect, and the view from the top was breathtaking. We spent hours talking, laughing, and taking photos. By the end of the day, we were exhausted but happy. Now answer aloud. What did they do last weekend? Yes, they went hiking. What was the weather like? Perfect. How did they feel by the end of the day? Exhausted but happy. Wonderful. This type of listening recall practice builds both comprehension and memory. Now, let's build emotional vocabulary for expressing opinions politely, an essential part of advanced fluency. Instead of saying, "I don't agree," you can say, "I see it a bit differently." Instead of, "That's wrong," say, "I think there might be another way to look at it." Instead of, "I don't like it," say, "It's not really my preference." Repeat these now. Great. This is how fluent speakers stay polite while expressing honesty. Let's now do a shadowing practice with emotion. I'll speak a short monologue, and you'll repeat after me, feeling every phrase deeply. English has changed the way I see the world. It's not just about grammar or vocabulary. It's about connection, confidence, and growth. Every time I learn a new word, I open a new door. Every time I listen carefully, I hear new meaning. And every time I speak, I discover my own voice. Wonderful. That's how shadowing makes your English emotional, alive, and expressive. Now let's move on to story-based vocabulary reinforcement. Short stories are great for remembering advanced words naturally. Listen to this one carefully. A few years ago, there was a student who struggled to speak English fluently. She felt shy, nervous, and embarrassed whenever she tried to talk. One day, her teacher said, "Don't wait to be perfect. Just start speaking." So she did. Every morning, she practiced out loud while walking to school. Every night, she listened to slow English podcasts before bed. After a few months, she started feeling comfortable. People noticed her confidence. She realized that consistency was the secret. Not talent, not luck, just daily effort. Now, reflect for a moment. What made her fluent? Yes, consistent practice. That's exactly what you're doing now. Let's continue with some confidence-building affirmations. Repeat after me slowly. I trust myself when I speak English. I can express my thoughts clearly and calmly. I learn from every mistake and move forward. I'm becoming fluent, step by step. My voice in English sounds confident and natural. Beautiful. Take a deep breath. Smile. You're truly growing into the kind of speaker you've always wanted to be. You're doing an incredible job. You've been practicing consistently. And that consistency is what transforms learners into fluent speakers. Your focus, your patience, and your repetition are building strong habits. Habits that will stay with you for life. So, let's keep going deeper into listening, speaking, and vocabulary mastery together. Let's continue with a gentle reflection. When you hear English now, do you notice that it sounds clearer than before? That's because your mind is starting to recognize rhythm and structure automatically. This is what we call language intuition, the ability to understand meaning naturally without translating. The more you listen, the more your brain adapts. So remember, even silent listening is powerful practice. Let's begin with a short, real-life dialogue practice to build your confidence in speaking. Listen carefully and repeat each line after me. Excuse me, do you know where the nearest bus stop is? Yes, it's just around the corner, next to the pharmacy. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Have a great day. Now repeat the whole scene again. This time, a little faster, but still clearly. Excellent. These small interactions build fluency because they mirror real daily conversations, short, polite, and practical. Let's practice another one, this time at a restaurant. Good evening. May I see the menu, please? Of course. Here you go. Thank you. What would you recommend? The grilled chicken is very popular. That sounds good. I'll have that, please. Certainly. Would you like anything to drink? Just water, thank you. Beautiful. By repeating such dialogues often, your brain becomes faster at recognizing sentence patterns, and soon you'll respond naturally without thinking too much. Now, let's enrich your vocabulary with advanced but useful words you can easily include in daily speech. The first word is inevitable, something that cannot be avoided. Example, change is inevitable when you keep learning. Next is versatile, meaning flexible or useful in many situations. Example, English is a versatile language that helps in every field. Next is meticulous, meaning very careful and detailed. Example: she's meticulous about her pronunciation practice. Repeat these words with me slowly. Inevitable, versatile, meticulous. Now use them in your own short sentences aloud. Wonderful. The more you speak them out loud, the more natural they'll feel. Let's now work on intonation flow, how your voice moves up and down when you speak. This is one of the keys to sounding fluent and expressive. Repeat after me, focusing on natural tone. Are you coming with us? Rising tone for question. I really love this song. Falling tone for statement. That's amazing, isn't it? Rise and fall for emotion. Excellent. English is a language of melody, so when you vary your tone, you sound more confident and natural. Now, let's go into an advanced listening practice through storytelling. Listen carefully to this short story and try to imagine it vividly as you hear it. Last Sunday, I went for a walk in the park early in the morning. The air was cool, the birds were singing, and everything felt peaceful. I saw an elderly man feeding pigeons, and when I smiled at him, he smiled back warmly. He said, "Every morning, I come here because nature teaches me patience." That simple sentence stayed with me. I realized that language learning is like nature. It takes patience, care, and daily attention. Nothing happens overnight, but everything grows with time. Now, think about that message for a moment. The more you care for your English, the more it grows. Just like watering a plant, a little every day makes a big difference over time. Let's build on this reflection with a short speaking exercise. Repeat after me slowly. I am patient with my progress. I grow every day, even when I don't notice it. I'm learning to enjoy the process of improvement. My fluency is developing naturally and beautifully. Excellent. Now let's focus on word stress and pronunciation clarity, which are often overlooked but essential for advanced fluency. Repeat these pairs after me and notice which syllable is stronger. Comfortable, not comfortable. Decert, noun, versus decert, verb. Progress, noun, versus progress, verb. Good. These small pronunciation shifts change meaning, so awareness helps you sound polished and precise. Let's now learn a few powerful advanced expressions that native speakers often use. Repeat after me. I'm all ears. It means I'm listening carefully. That rings a bell. It means that sounds familiar. It's not rocket science. It means it's not very difficult. I'll keep my fingers crossed. It means I hope things go well. Let's call it a day. It means let's stop for now. Excellent. You can start using these idioms naturally in your daily conversations. They bring warmth and fluency to your speech. Now, let's practice pronunciation using rhythm and emotion again. Repeat each of these short phrases, focusing on smooth sound and meaning. Take your time. Speak with confidence. Listen with curiosity. Every word matters. Every moment counts. Perfect. That's the gentle rhythm of clear English speech. Let's now move into vocabulary by emotion. How to describe your feelings precisely in advanced English. Instead of always saying happy, try delighted, content, or cheerful. Instead of angry, try irritated, frustrated, or furious. Instead of sad, try upset, heartbroken, or disappointed. Instead of surprised, try astonished, amazed, or stunned. Now, make one short sentence with each. I'm delighted with my progress. I was frustrated when I forgot a word. I felt heartbroken after the movie. I was amazed by how clear the lesson was. Wonderful. The more emotional range you develop, the more expressive your English becomes. Let's do a confidence dialogue now to help you speak in real-life social settings. Listen carefully, then repeat each line aloud. Hi, it's nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. Nice to meet you too. I've been looking forward to this. How do you usually spend your weekends? Mostly relaxing, sometimes reading or meeting friends. How about you? Pretty much the same. I try to take a break from work. Now say the whole dialogue again, naturally. Excellent. These are everyday phrases you can use anywhere, and they make you sound approachable and confident. Now, let's slow down and talk about one of the most important aspects of fluency, self-trust. Many learners hesitate because they think their English isn't good enough yet. But remember this, every word you speak helps you grow, even imperfect words. The only way to sound natural is to practice naturally. Mistakes are proof that you're learning in real time. Repeat after me softly. I trust myself when I speak. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to express. I'm learning every day, and that's enough. I speak clearly and calmly. I'm confident in my English voice. Beautiful! You're not only learning a language, you're building a stronger mindset for communication and confidence in life. Let's now practice with complex sentence patterns that you can use in advanced discussions. Repeat after me. If I had known about the meeting, I would have joined earlier. Had I realized it sooner, I could have prepared better. No sooner had I arrived than it started raining. These are advanced structures, but they sound elegant and natural. Practice them often, and they'll soon feel easy to use. Now let's continue with a gentle listening reflection to bring calm focus to your learning. Listen closely. Every day you learn a little more. Every day your English becomes a little smoother. Some days, progress feels fast. Other days, it's quiet and invisible. But it's always there, growing slowly inside you. Every sentence you listen to, every phrase you repeat, adds to that invisible progress. So be patient, be kind to yourself, and trust your process. Repeat these words after me softly. I'm learning at my own pace. I'm improving even when it's not obvious. I'm proud of my dedication. My English journey is unique and beautiful. Take a deep breath. Smile gently. You're becoming fluent in the most natural way, through calm, daily growth. You've made such incredible progress so far. You're not just listening and repeating anymore. You're beginning to feel English. You're sensing rhythm, tone, and emotion naturally. That's what advanced fluency truly means. When English becomes a comfortable space where you can express every thought, every feeling, every small detail of your life with confidence and ease. Let's begin with a little warm-up. A soft listening exercise to relax your mind and sharpen your focus. Imagine you're sitting near a window on a peaceful morning. You can hear distant sounds, a few birds, the hum of the city waking up, the rhythm of life beginning again. You take a sip of tea or coffee, open your notebook, and begin practicing English. Whisper these lines with me slowly. I'm calm. I'm focused. I'm ready to learn. My mind is open to new words, new sounds, new ideas. Excellent. This is the perfect mindset for advanced English mastery. Now, let's work on listening comprehension and vocabulary together through a story-based practice. A young man named Daniel always dreamed of speaking fluent English. For years, he studied grammar and memorized vocabulary, but when it came to speaking, he froze. One day, his teacher told him, "Daniel, fluency doesn't live in your books. It lives in your breath." He didn't understand at first, but then he began shadowing English every morning. He repeated simple lines like, "How are you today?" and "I'm doing great, thank you." He mimicked real conversations, and over time, something changed. English started flowing naturally. He realized that fluency wasn't about speed. It was about rhythm, about breathing through each sentence. Now, reflect for a moment. How does this story relate to you? You too are breathing English now. Every word you speak flows from thought to sound with less hesitation. That's progress. That's growth. Let's move into advanced vocabulary in real context, because using the right words at the right time is what makes English beautiful and mature. The first word is profound, meaning deep or thoughtful. Example: that lesson had a profound effect on me. Next word, convey, meaning to express or communicate something. Example: it's not always easy to convey emotions in another language. Next, subtle, meaning not obvious but powerful. Example: there's a subtle difference between hearing and listening. Now repeat after me. Profound, convey, subtle, good. Now make your own short sentences aloud. Speak them slowly and clearly. You're not memorizing, you're internalizing. Now let's have a real-life dialogue again. This time between two people planning something together. "Hey, are you free this weekend?" "I might be. What's up?" "I was thinking about visiting that new art exhibition downtown." "That sounds interesting. What time were you thinking?" "Maybe Saturday afternoon?" "Perfect. Let's do it." Now say the full conversation yourself, as if you're both people. Notice the calm rhythm, the easy tone, the short, natural exchanges. This is how real fluent English feels. Not rushed, not forced, just natural connection. Let's talk about phrases that express opinions and emotions elegantly. Something advanced speakers use all the time. Repeat after me slowly. From my point of view, to be honest, as far as I'm concerned, in my experience, without a doubt, excellent. Now use them in full sentences. From my point of view, learning English through listening is the best way. To be honest, I still make mistakes sometimes. In my experience, consistency is more powerful than motivation. Perfect. These expressions make your English sound grounded and authentic. Now let's build your descriptive power, the ability to paint images with words. Listen and repeat after me. The ocean was calm, reflecting the golden light at the sunset. Her voice was gentle, but every word carried weight. The streets were alive with music and laughter. The silence after the storm felt peaceful and full of meaning. Excellent. You see, advanced English isn't about difficult words. It's about emotional connection. Let's move to emotional vocabulary upgrade to help you express inner states more precisely. Instead of, "I'm tired," you can say, "I'm drained," or "I'm exhausted." Instead of, "I'm happy," try, "I'm content," or "I'm fulfilled." Instead of, "I'm sad," say, "I'm heartbroken," or "I'm feeling low." Instead of, "I'm worried," say, "I'm uneasy," or "I'm concerned." Now make one sentence aloud with each. Wonderful. Your English is gaining emotional richness and maturity. Let's take a small break for reflection and relaxation practice. Repeat these calming affirmations softly after me. I'm becoming fluent naturally and peacefully. I no longer rush. I simply grow at my own pace. English feels easy and natural for me now. Every sentence I speak builds more confidence inside me. Perfect. You're training both your language and your mind together. Now, let's move to an advanced daily life scenario to improve your real conversation fluency. Imagine you're traveling abroad, checking in at an airport counter. Good morning. Could I please check in for my flight to London? Sure. May I see your passport and ticket, please? Of course. Here they are. Thank you. Do you have any checked baggage? Yes, just one suitcase. All right. Please place it on the scale. Done. Thank you so much. You're all set. Your gate is number 12. Have a pleasant flight. Thank you. Have a great day. Now say the full dialogue again in your own rhythm. You're practicing confidence, tone, and structure together. Let's add some useful advanced phrases for professional and personal conversations. Repeat after me slowly. That's an insightful observation. I completely agree with your perspective. Could you elaborate a bit more on that? Let's look at this from another angle. That's a fair point. I hadn't thought of it that way. Excellent. These phrases will make your English sound intelligent and respectful in discussions and meetings. Now let's talk about clarity of thought. Because fluency isn't just about words. It's about structure. When you speak, pause gently after each idea. Don't rush to the next sentence. Pausing shows confidence and gives your listener time to absorb your words. Repeat after me slowly. Pausing is power. Calm speaking is confident speaking. Silence is part of communication too. Excellent. Let's continue with another advanced vocabulary practice. Comprehensive, meaning complete and detailed. She gave a comprehensive explanation of the topic. Resilient, meaning strong and able to recover quickly. He stayed resilient despite the difficulties. Ambitious, meaning having strong goals. She's ambitious and determined to succeed. Repeat all three words. Comprehensive, resilient, ambitious. Now use them in your own sentences aloud. Perfect. Let's do a listening comprehension check with a short narrative. Yesterday, I was watching a documentary about space exploration. It talked about how astronauts train for years before their first mission. They learn how to live in zero gravity, how to fix machines, and how to handle emergencies calmly. What impressed me most was their teamwork. They always trust each other completely. Now answer aloud. What was the documentary about? Right. Space exploration. What impressed the speaker most? Yes. Teamwork. Excellent. You're strengthening both understanding and recall. Now let's continue with a few more confidence-building affirmations that bring emotional connection to your journey. Repeat softly after me. I understand more than I used to. I speak more freely than I did before. I listen deeply and catch the hidden meanings. My vocabulary grows every single day. English feels natural to me now. Take a deep breath. Smile gently. You're not just learning English anymore. You're living it, feeling it, and becoming one with it. You've come so far. You're listening, repeating, and understanding with a deeper sense of awareness now. Each part of this journey has been about slowing down, connecting with meaning, and speaking from a place of calm confidence. You're not just learning English. You're shaping your thinking, your focus, and your voice through it. Let's Continue by warming up your listening and rhythm awareness with a natural scene. Imagine you're walking through a peaceful street in the evening. The sun is low, the air is cool, and people are chatting softly around you in English. You hear a mother say to her child, "Be careful, sweetheart." A friend laughs and says, "I can't believe that happened today." A couple walks by whispering, "Let's grab some dinner before the movie starts." You can understand everything now, not because you translated, but because you felt it. That's fluency in its purest form. Let's turn this into practice now. Repeat those lines after me softly. "Be careful, sweetheart." "I can't believe that happened today." "Let's grab some dinner before the movie starts." Excellent. The more you train your ear to hear natural English like this, the more automatic your understanding becomes. Now, let's strengthen your vocabulary with words that describe human emotions and reactions, because advanced fluency means expressing subtle feelings accurately. The first word is compassionate, meaning kind and understanding toward others. Example: she's a compassionate teacher who truly cares about her students. Next word, optimistic, meaning hopeful about the future. Example: even during difficult times, he stays optimistic. Next, perceptive, meaning able to notice or understand things quickly and deeply. Example: you're very perceptive. You notice small details others miss. Now repeat after me. Compassionate, optimistic, perceptive, perfect. Now say each in your own sentence. Personalize it with your own emotion. Beautiful. Let's take these words and put them into a real-life context. Imagine a workplace conversation. "I really appreciate how patient you've been with this project." "Thank you. I try to stay optimistic even when things get hard." "That's such a great attitude. You're very perceptive about people." Now repeat the full dialogue smoothly. Great. You're not only practicing vocabulary, but also empathy, and that's true communication. Let's focus on a common skill for advanced English: paraphrasing. When you can express one idea in multiple ways, your fluency reaches a higher level. For example, if someone says, "I'm very tired," you can reply with, "You must be exhausted," or "You look like you could use some rest." If someone says, "I don't understand," you could say, "Could you explain that a bit more?" Let's practice a few together. I'll say a sentence, and you'll rephrase it in your own words aloud. "It's really cold today." Maybe say, "It's freezing outside." "I'm so hungry." "I could eat a whole pizza right now." "I don't have enough time." "I'm running short on time." "That's a great idea." "That sounds perfect to me." Excellent. This flexibility gives your speech flow and depth. Now let's move into a listening comprehension exercise through storytelling, because stories create memory connections. A woman named Clara had always wanted to work in another country. She studied English for years, but when she finally got her first interview abroad, she felt terrified. Her hands shook, her heart raced, and her voice trembled. But instead of giving up, she smiled, took a deep breath, and said softly to herself, "I can do this." The interviewer asked her simple questions, and she answered them honestly and slowly. By the end of the meeting, they both laughed and talked like friends. A week later, she received an email. She got the job. Now reflect for a moment. What helped Clara succeed? It wasn't perfect grammar. It was confidence and calmness. That's the lesson for you too. Repeat after me slowly. Confidence is more powerful than perfection. Calmness creates clarity. My English becomes better when I relax and trust myself. Excellent. Let's move to a daily life conversation practice. Imagine you're meeting someone new at a social event. Hi, I don't think we've met before. I'm Natasha. Nice to meet you, Natasha. I'm Michael. So, what brings you here today? I'm here for the language exchange event. I love meeting people from different cultures. That's wonderful. I think learning languages connects the world. Exactly. It's amazing how words can bring people together. Now repeat the whole exchange slowly. Beautiful. These simple but warm conversations are what real fluency is made of. Human connection through sound and meaning. Let's expand your advanced vocabulary now with some elegant and professional words that you can use in meetings or formal discussions. Implement, meaning to put a plan into action. Example, we'll implement this new system next month. Evaluate, meaning to judge or assess something. Example, we need to evaluate the results before making a decision. Collaborate, meaning to work together. Example, let's collaborate to create something innovative. Now repeat these after me slowly. Implement, evaluate, collaborate. Excellent. You can use them anywhere, in study, work, or life discussions. Let's take a quick shadowing practice using these words in a mini dialogue. How's the new project going? Pretty well. We're trying to implement the feedback we received last week. That's great. How do you plan to evaluate the progress? We'll hold a meeting next week and collaborate on the solutions. Now repeat it again with natural rhythm. Perfect. You're practicing professional fluency now, something every advanced learner needs. Let's pause for a moment and do a soft pronunciation flow. Repeat these lines after me, focusing on sound connection and breathing between phrases. Every word I speak is becoming clearer. Every sound I hear is becoming sharper. Every thought I express feels easier and smoother. I'm calm, confident, and fluent. Beautiful. Now let's practice contrast of tone, because your tone changes meaning even with the same words. Say, really? With surprise. Say, really? With confidence. Say, really? With doubt. Beautiful. Tone tells the truth behind your words. It's what makes communication alive. Let's add a few advanced idiomatic expressions to sound natural and expressive. Repeat after me. To go the extra mile, meaning to put in extra effort. She always goes the extra mile for her students. Hit the nail on the head, meaning to be exactly right. You hit the nail on the head with that answer. Keep an eye on, meaning to watch carefully. Can you keep an eye on my bag for a moment? In the long run, meaning over time. In the long run, hard work always pays off. Now, repeat them again and create your own short sentence for each one. Excellent. Now, let's focus on listening awareness practice. I'll read a short passage and you'll answer aloud afterward. This morning, I decided to take a walk before starting work. The air was fresh, and I listened to my favorite English podcast. The speaker talked about self-discipline and how important it is to stay consistent, even when you don't feel motivated. That message stayed in my mind all day. Now, answer aloud. What was the podcast about? Right? About self-discipline and consistency. And what did the listener do in the morning? Yes. Took a walk? Excellent. Now let's continue with reflection affirmations. Repeat slowly after me. I'm developing a natural ear for English. I understand not only the words, but the emotions behind them. I can speak calmly and clearly in any situation. My listening, speaking, and vocabulary are growing every single day. Perfect. Take one deep breath in and slowly breathe out. You're mastering advanced English in the most peaceful, natural way, through awareness, patience, and practice. You've made beautiful progress so far. The way you're connecting sound, emotion, and meaning shows how naturally your fluency is developing. Every time you repeat these sentences and reflect on their rhythm, you're training not only your ears and tongue, but also your confidence. This will help you deepen your listening skills, expand your vocabulary, and strengthen your spontaneous speaking ability, so that English feels as effortless as breathing. Let's begin with a calming rhythm practice to open your focus. Repeat after me softly, slowly. I'm here, present, and ready to learn. I'm relaxed, calm, and confident. I listen deeply and speak clearly. I grow more fluent with every moment. Excellent! These small affirmations bring peace into your learning space and help your mind stay open to sound and meaning. Now, let's move into an interactive listening and speaking scene to train your real-life conversation awareness. Imagine you're at a bookstore, browsing for something new to read. Excuse me, could you recommend a good book for improving English vocabulary? Sure. Do you prefer fiction or nonfiction? I think I'd like something practical, maybe a mix of both. In that case, you might enjoy this one. It has everyday expressions explained through short stories. That sounds perfect. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Happy reading. Now, repeat this whole exchange slowly, imagining you're truly having this conversation. Great! You just practiced polite tone, natural rhythm, and common real-life phrasing all in one go. Let's continue with a few advanced but essential daily life vocabulary words that you can use in many situations. The first word is efficient, meaning working well without wasting time or energy. Example: I'm learning to study English more efficiently by focusing on listening and speaking practice. Next word, resourceful, meaning good at finding solutions or using what you have. Example: you're very resourceful when it comes to finding ways to practice English every day. Next, composed, meaning calm and in control, especially under pressure. Example: she stayed composed during the presentation, even when things went wrong. Now repeat after me slowly. Efficient, resourceful, composed, perfect. Now use each in your own sentences aloud. Personalize them so they feel real to you. Let's now do a shadowing rhythm exercise. This is where you repeat right after me, matching tone, pacing, and emotion. Ready? I can speak English clearly and confidently. My thoughts flow naturally in English. I can express my feelings easily. I understand people when they speak fast. I stay calm and focused while listening. Excellent. You're synchronizing your brain and voice to move in English rhythm. That's what creates real fluency. Let's move to an advanced expression practice, the kind of phrases that help your speech sound elegant and connected. Repeat after me slowly. At the end of the day, to be honest with you, from what I've observed, if I'm being completely sincere, let me put it this way. Excellent. Now let's make a few full sentences together. At the end of the day, communication matters more than perfection. To be honest with you, I didn't expect to enjoy this lesson so much. From what I've observed, practice always brings progress. If I'm being completely sincere, sometimes I still feel nervous before speaking. Let me put it this way. Fluency comes to those who stay patient. Perfect. Each of these adds flow and personality to your English. Now let's train your listening comprehension with a short story about learning through mistakes. A student once asked her teacher, "Why do I still make mistakes after studying for so long?" The teacher smiled and said, "Because mistakes are the bridges between what you know and what you're about to learn." The student thought about that for a moment. Every time she made an error after that, she didn't feel embarrassed. She felt curious. Instead of saying, "I failed," she started asking, "What can I learn from this?" And that simple change made her fluent faster than ever before. Now take a moment to reflect on this story. Repeat softly after me. Every mistake I make teaches me something new. I'm learning, not failing. I grow through curiosity and courage. Excellent. Let's continue with conversation patterns that help you sound fluent and natural. Repeat after me slowly and clearly. That's a good question. Let me think about it for a moment. I'm not completely sure, but here's what I think. That's an interesting perspective. I hadn't considered it that way. To be honest, I'm still learning about that. Excellent. These are the types of sentences fluent speakers use when they need time to think. They keep the conversation flowing naturally, without awkward pauses. Now, let's focus on intonation and clarity again through emotion-based shadowing. Repeat after me. I can do this. I've come so far already. I enjoy speaking English every day. I listen with my heart, not just my ears. I'm proud of my progress. Beautiful. You can feel how calm, confident speech builds a strong emotional connection with the listener. Let's learn a few more advanced and expressive vocabulary words that describe character and personality. Determined, meaning strong-minded and persistent. She's determined to reach fluency this year. Diligent, meaning careful and hardworking. He's very diligent with his study routine. Authentic, meaning genuine or real. Your English sounds so authentic when you relax and speak naturally. Now repeat after me. Determined, diligent, authentic, perfect. Use each one in your own personal sentence. Wonderful. Let's now create a little role play for workplace English practice. Something many advanced learners find useful. Could you send me the updated report by tomorrow morning? Of course. I'll make sure it's done on time. Thanks. Also, we might need to adjust the budget figures a bit. No problem. I'll double-check them and get back to you. Great teamwork. I appreciate your help. Anytime. Collaboration makes everything easier. Now repeat the entire conversation naturally, as if you were really there, clear, confident, and friendly. Excellent. Let's add some listening comprehension reflection again. I'll read a short passage, and then you'll answer aloud. Last weekend, I went hiking with 2 friends. The weather was amazing, sunny but cool, and the air smelled fresh. We talked for hours about life, work, and dreams. At one point, we reached the top of the hill, and one of my friends said, "This view makes everything feel possible. Now answer, what did they do last weekend?" Yes, they went hiking. What was the weather like? Perfect, sunny but cool. What did one friend say at the top? This view makes everything feel possible. Excellent. You're understanding naturally and remembering effortlessly. Let's build some advanced idioms for emotional expression now. Repeat after me slowly. To be over the moon. To be extremely happy. I was over the moon when I passed my exam. To burn the midnight oil. To work late into the night. She's been burning the midnight oil to finish her project. To face the music. To accept the results of your actions. He had to face the music after missing the deadline. To turn over a new leaf. To make a fresh start. After the holidays, I'm turning over a new leaf with my study plan. Now say them all again with your own examples. Excellent. Let's take a moment for deep pronunciation and breathing flow practice. Speak these lines slowly, focusing on smooth sound and gentle breathing between each phrase. English feels natural to me now. My words flow calmly and clearly. I listen with patience and confidence. Every sound I speak builds fluency and strength. Wonderful. This is how your pronunciation and rhythm become effortless through peaceful repetition. Now, let's continue with mindset and motivation reflection. Because advanced learners don't just train their language, they train their mind. Every great communicator was once a beginner. Every fluent speaker you hear once hesitated on simple words. The difference is time, patience, and trust in the process. You are walking that same path now. You've been practicing listening, repeating, understanding, and expressing, and you've done it with calm focus. That's the foundation of true mastery. Repeat softly after me. I am confident in my English journey. I no longer fear mistakes. I welcome them as lessons. I listen deeply, speak freely, and grow every day. Fluency is not a dream. It's my reality in progress. Take a deep breath. Smile gently. You're doing beautifully. You've reached an amazing stage in your English journey. You've practiced patiently. You've listened deeply. And you've started to feel the natural movement of the language in your thoughts and in your voice. We'll continue growing your fluency through deeper emotional connection, daily life, conversations, and advanced expressions that make you sound completely natural and confident. Let's start with a short, calm warm-up. Repeat after me softly, slowly, with awareness of every breath. I'm learning calmly and with joy. I'm improving every time I listen and speak. My confidence grows with every English sentence I say. I'm open to new words, new sounds, and new ways of expressing myself. Wonderful. Feel how peaceful and strong you sound when you speak from calm focus instead of pressure. That's the sound of real fluency. Now let's go into an interactive daily life conversation for practice. Imagine you're at a coffee shop, meeting an old friend by chance. Hey, I can't believe it's you. How have you been? Wow, it's been forever. I've been great, just super busy with work. What about you? Same here. It feels like we haven't talked in ages. I know. We should catch up properly sometime soon. Absolutely. Maybe next weekend? Perfect. I'll text you later to plan it. Deal. It's so good to see you again. Now say the whole dialogue aloud in your own voice. Natural, friendly, expressive. That's exactly how real English conversations sound. Let's expand your advanced vocabulary now, with words that help you describe life experiences and feelings in a more expressive way. The first word is transformative, meaning something that causes deep change. Example: Learning English has been a transformative experience for me. Next word, mindful, meaning aware and present in the moment. Example: I try to be mindful when I speak, choosing my words carefully. Next, fulfilling, meaning something that gives satisfaction and meaning. Example: helping others learn English feels deeply fulfilling. Repeat after me. Transformative, mindful, fulfilling. Now create your own sentences. Speak them softly and slowly. Beautiful. You're using advanced vocabulary that expresses emotion, not just information. Now let's practice a short reflection exercise with rhythm and emotion. Repeat after me. I'm becoming more fluent every day. I can express what I feel and think clearly. I'm mindful when I speak. I choose calmness over fear. My English learning journey is transformative and fulfilling. Perfect. That's not just practice. That's fluency with intention. Let's take a short, listening comprehension story now, to sharpen your understanding and reflection. Last night, I was listening to a radio interview with a traveler who had visited over 50 countries. When asked what he learned the most, he said, "Every language opens a new way of seeing the world." He shared that speaking English helped him make friends everywhere, from small villages to big cities. He said that sometimes he forgot he was even speaking a second language because it felt so natural to him. When I heard that, I thought, that's the real goal of learning, not to sound perfect, but to belong in the language. Now answer aloud. What did the traveler say about languages? Right, that each language gives you a new way of seeing the world. And how did he describe speaking English? Exactly. It started to feel natural, like a part of him. Wonderful. Now, let's build your ability to describe people, places, and experiences using advanced adjectives and imagery. Describe a friend. She's thoughtful, kind-hearted, and always knows how to make people smile. Describe a city. The city feels alive, full of lights, sounds, and endless possibilities. Describe a moment. That quiet evening by the sea was unforgettable. The sky looked like it was painted in gold. Now, think of your own examples and speak them out loud. Imagine what you want to describe. Then let the words flow naturally. Let's expand your emotional range with phrases that express subtle feelings. Repeat these after me. I can relate to that. That really resonates with me. I completely understand how that feels. It's hard to put into words, but I get it. That must have been challenging for you. Beautiful. These phrases make your conversations compassionate and human. They show understanding beyond grammar. Now, let's go through a short workplace conversation for advanced fluency training. Hi, Natasha. Do you have a moment to review the report? Sure. Give me 5 minutes and I'll join you. Thanks. I just want to make sure everything looks consistent. No problem. Let's check it together. Perfect. I appreciate your help. Anytime. Teamwork makes everything easier. Now repeat the dialogue again with emotion and natural pacing. Great. You're practicing structure, tone, and professionalism at once. Let's explore a few useful connectors that fluent speakers use to sound natural in transitions. Repeat after me slowly. In the meantime, on top of that, in addition to that, to put it simply, all things considered. Now let's use them in context. I'm improving my English speaking. In the meantime, I'm also focusing on listening. The weather was terrible, and on top of that, the bus was late. In addition to that, I've been reading English novels to expand my vocabulary. To put it simply, practice makes progress. All things considered, it was a great experience. Excellent. These transitions make your speech sound smooth and connected. Now, let's move into shadowing and confidence building again. Repeat after me with rhythm and emotion. I can speak naturally and confidently. I understand English even when it's fast. I can respond calmly in real conversations. I'm growing every day through consistency and practice. Wonderful. Feel the flow of these sentences. This is the sound of emotional fluency. Let's now learn a few more advanced idiomatic expressions to help your speech sound authentic and expressive. Break new ground. To do something innovative. Her new research project is breaking new ground. Go with the flow. To accept things as they come. I used to stress about grammar, but now I just go with the flow. Take it with a grain of salt. To not believe something completely. You should take online comments with a grain of salt. On cloud 9. To be extremely happy. I was on cloud 9 when I got my first compliment in English. Now repeat them all again and make your own examples. Excellent. Let's do a reflection-based storytelling exercise to strengthen your listening and self-expression together. Think of a time you learned something valuable, not from a textbook, but from experience. Maybe you spoke to someone new or understood something important about yourself. How did it feel? What did you learn? Say it aloud in English now. Don't worry about being perfect. Just express the story in your own words. Excellent. That's how you train spontaneous fluency, by speaking your truth calmly and clearly. Now let's practice intonation awareness. How your voice rises and falls naturally to create meaning. Repeat after me. I really wanted to go, but I was too tired. Notice the rise on really wanted and fall on tired. Next. It sounded difficult at first, but it turned out to be easy. Rise on at first, fall on easy. Beautiful. This is how your speech becomes musical and pleasant to listen to. Let's take a listening visualization moment. Close your eyes and imagine you're standing in a quiet park, listening to two people talking in English nearby. You can catch every word easily. You're not translating anymore. You're understanding directly, naturally, effortlessly. Smile at that image, because it's already happening for you. Now repeat softly after me. I listen with confidence. I speak with clarity. I learn with joy. I trust my progress completely. Perfect. Let's continue with a gentle reminder. Fluency doesn't arrive suddenly one day. It builds quietly through daily moments like this, through small sentences, calm repetition, and steady focus. You're already doing everything right. Every time you listen, you grow. Every time you speak, you improve. Repeat one last time with me. I am proud of my journey. I am becoming fluent naturally and beautifully. My English voice is strong, calm, and confident. I can express my thoughts with clarity and ease. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly, and feel how far you've come. You've reached the final part of this advanced English fluency masterclass. Take a deep breath and smile for a moment. You've spent time listening, repeating, imagining, and feeling English, not just studying it. That's something to be proud of. This journey has been about more than grammar and vocabulary. It's been about rhythm, emotion, and the confidence to express who you are in another language. Let's begin gently. Repeat these affirmations after me. I've come a long way. I'm more fluent than I've ever been before. I understand more than I realize. I can speak clearly and calmly in English. I'm proud of the effort I've made. Beautiful. Feel every word as truth, because it is. Now let's move into a final real-life listening and speaking practice. Imagine you're meeting someone at an international event where people from different countries are speaking English. Hi there, I'm Natasha. It's nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Alex. Where are you from? I'm from Pakistan. What about you? I'm from Canada. Is this your first time attending this conference? Yes, it is. I'm really enjoying the session so far. Same here. It's amazing how English connects everyone here, isn't it? Absolutely. I love how we can all understand each other through one language. Now, repeat this dialogue naturally, imagining the smiles, the tone, the calmness. You're not translating anymore. You're living inside the language itself. Let's expand your final set of advanced vocabulary, expressive, emotional words you can use confidently anywhere. Articulate, able to express ideas clearly and effectively. Example, he's a very articulate speaker who makes complex topics easy to understand, profound, deep, or meaningful. Example, that speech had a profound impact on everyone in the room. Versatile, flexible, adaptable to many situations. Example, English is a versatile language used all over the world. Repeat after me, articulate, profound, versatile. Now, use them in your own sentences softly aloud. Perfect. Let's take a moment to work on final pronunciation and tone awareness. Repeat after me, focusing on smooth flow and breathing naturally between each idea. Every time I speak, I feel more comfortable. Every sound I make in English feels easier. I trust my progress completely. My pronunciation is clear, my voice is confident, and my words feel natural. Excellent. These small breathing patterns keep your speech balanced and calm. Now let's build your storytelling fluency, one of the strongest signs of advanced English. I'll guide you through a story, and you'll repeat and reflect on it after. A young woman once told me about her first time speaking English abroad. She said she was terrified at first. Her hands were shaking, and her mind went blank. But then she smiled and said one simple sentence. Sorry, my English isn't perfect. The person she was talking to laughed kindly and replied, It's perfect enough for me. They continued their conversation, and soon she realized that fluency wasn't about flawless grammar. It was about courage and connection. Now reflect on that for a moment. When you speak, you don't need perfection. You need connection. Repeat after me slowly. I speak to connect, not to impress. I share my ideas confidently, even if I make mistakes. Every word I say is enough. Beautiful. Let's strengthen your advanced fluency patterns with natural spoken transitions. Repeat these phrases with me slowly. Now that I think about it, to be fair, as far as I'm aware, if I'm not mistaken, from what I understand, excellent. These phrases show mature fluency. They give your speech time, rhythm, and confidence. Let's use them in real examples together. Now that I think about it, learning English has changed how I see communication. To be fair, everyone struggles with listening at first. As far as I'm aware, practice is still the best way to improve fluency. If I'm not mistaken, you've already improved a lot since last time. From what I understand, fluency is built through consistency, not pressure. Wonderful! Let's now take a final daily life reflection scene. Imagine you've just finished a full day using English at work or school. You sit down, take a deep breath, and reflect softly to yourself. I spoke clearly today. I understood people easily. I even made a few jokes in English, and everyone laughed. I'm finally thinking in English without effort. That's a small but powerful victory. These are the quiet signs of progress, and they matter more than you realize. Now let's practice your emotional fluency and empathy in communication. Repeat these gentle, natural sentences. I can understand how you feel. That must have been a difficult experience. I really admire your perspective. Thank you for sharing that with me. I appreciate your honesty. Perfect. These expressions build connection, warmth, and trust, the true goals of any language. Let's go deeper into emotional connection through short shadowing lines. Listen in your mind and repeat after each phrase. Fluency isn't measured by speed, but by comfort. Understanding comes from attention, not from translation. Confidence is built through calm repetition. I speak English with patience and kindness toward myself. Wonderful. You're not only speaking fluently, you're speaking mindfully. Now, let's move into advanced descriptive fluency practice. Repeat these short but vivid sentences aloud, feeling the imagery they create. The night sky shimmered with distant stars, quiet and endless. The city pulsed with energy, lights flickering like a heartbeat. Her smile carried warmth, like sunshine on a winter morning. The sound of rain on the window made everything feel peaceful. Beautiful. You're not just learning English. You're shaping images and emotion through words. That's true mastery. Let's now practice real-life conversation flow to help you sound confident in any situation. Repeat after me slowly. Hey, do you have a minute to talk? Sure, what's up? I just wanted to thank you for helping me earlier. Of course, you did great today. I was nervous, but your support made it easier. I completely understand. You handled it perfectly. Perfect. That's how real connection sounds in fluent English. Simple, warm, human. Let's pause now for a short listening visualization exercise. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself in the near future. You're in another country, speaking English with confidence. You're at an airport, ordering food, asking for directions, sharing stories. Everything flows naturally. People smile as they listen to you. You feel calm, free, fluent. Take that image and keep it in your heart, because that version of you already exists. You're becoming that person day by day. Repeat softly after me now. I am fluent in English. My mind thinks easily in English. I express myself clearly, calmly, and confidently. I connect with people naturally and meaningfully. Now, as we near the end, let's celebrate everything you've practiced in this masterclass. Vocabulary, tone, pronunciation, emotion, confidence, and self-belief. You've built a strong foundation that will carry you forward. You've trained your ear to listen, your voice to flow, and your heart to believe in your ability to speak naturally. Take a few seconds to reflect on how far you've come since you started. The small moments, when you understood something new, when you caught a phrase in a movie, when you replied without hesitation. Those are your milestones. Let's finish with the final set of affirmations for lasting confidence. Repeat after me slowly. I have everything I need to become fully fluent in English. I practice with patience, kindness, and joy. My English is improving naturally every single day. I speak from my heart, and that makes me confident. Fluency is not the destination. It's the journey I'm already on. Take a long, deep breath now, and slowly exhale. This journey isn't ending. It's only beginning. Every time you listen again, every time you repeat these lines, you'll feel your English becoming stronger, smoother, and more expressive. Keep going. One sentence at a time, one breath at a time, one day at a time. Thank you for spending this time with me, and thank you for believing in your own potential. You've done something truly special today, not just learning English, but learning how to communicate from the heart. Until next time, keep listening, keep speaking, and keep shining with confidence. You are fluent, and you are becoming even more fluent every day. Take a final deep breath, smile softly, and repeat one last time. I am fluent in English. I am calm, clear, and confident. I can speak to anyone, anywhere, and I am proud of who I'm becoming. Congratulations! You've completed this full advanced English fluency masterclass, and your journey continues beautifully from here.